Hey guys, Bouzaid here. I wanted to have a quick chat with any leaders out there, particularly leaders that through decision or position have stepped back from the coalface and no longer work in the organization or in the business. More importantly, who now more than ever before use their voice, their speaking, and ultimately their communication to influence and to enable higher performance and better results through their people. If that's you, this could be really useful. When I think about a great movie that I've seen, I can't help but link that with great acting. And you and I both know that the task of an actor, first and foremost, is to learn the script, to show up on set clear about what it is that he or she needs to say. And I think one of the great mistakes that you and I make as leaders is that's all we do. We learn the script, we get clear about what it is that we need to say, thinking that that's what inspires our people to go and act. But like the actor, there's far more to the message than just what we say. The actor needs to be concerned with how it makes the people feel. Because if through our communication, we can start to get in the driver's seat with how we're making our people feel, whether it's in a meeting or a conference, I think that we stand to be far more effective as leaders. So how is it that you and me become far more effective when we communicate? At the conference, in the meeting, in those necessary conversations that are difficult. I think there's 4 things that we want to focus on above and beyond the message we're trying to communicate. The first thing is the tone. It's how we're saying it. What's the genre? What's the vibe that we're using? Because as we know, so often people don't remember what we say as much as how they feel. The second thing is, of course, what's the overall body language that I'm using? Am I leaning forward? Am I leaning back? What are my shoulders doing? I think that's a key part in communication. What am I doing with my body language? The third thing is, of course, what am I doing with my facial expressions? You know, we are very automatic in the way in which we use our face. We don't exercise those muscles with a lot of independence. We just do what we do. And so often in leaders, when their message isn't landing, they're saying one thing and their facial expressions are saying something completely different. Last but not least, the research is out that what we do with these 2 things says so much about trustworthiness, psychological safety, control, influence, stability, confidence. It's so important for us to take charge and control with what we're doing with our eyes. I think when me and you spend some time and attention focused on those 4 aspects of communication, we stand to be far more effective in our communication. So how do we actually do that? I reckon we pull out a phone, and before we go into the meeting, the conference, or the necessary conversation, we look into that camera and we deliver our message. And then we watch it back and we ask ourselves a question like, what is the vibe? What is that genre? What is that tone? What is my body language saying? What are my eyes doing? And what is my facial expression saying? And as we practice that, what starts to happen through time is our communication starts to line up. And all of a sudden, you have a speaker, a leader that is now communicating with congruence, with purpose. And there is no doubt in your people's mind that your message is compelling, it's on point, and it's super engaging. If you want to get better at communicating, you need to start working on the small things that make a massive difference.